Bruh. What's up, YouTube? Poor.Mans.Podcast back with another video. Today's video is gonna be on if you don't make twice as what I make, I will belittle you. All right, that's a crazy statement. So we got to see what they talking about. But by the way, I done made a Patreon, y'all. I don't know if it's gonna be ready by the time this video come out, but if it is ready before this video come out, the link is gonna be in the description. Turns out YouTube don't like a lot of the stuff we making. They don't like a lot of the stuff we talking about. So they trying to demonetize us out here. All right? They don't want us to talk about these things because they're not PC. So the only way we can fight this is by making a Patreon. And so I made a Patreon. Now, if y'all want to give me the real HBO, the real help a brother out, you can go into the Patreon. You get all kinds of benefits. And you can click on one of them subscriptions and subscribe to your boy on Patreon. All right? Now, that's just if y'all want to. If y'all want to just soak up free content over here. I understand that. But if you want to keep my lights on, keep food in my stomach, help a brother out, man. All right? Help a brother out. I ain't trying to waste your time, though. Let's just go and get right into the video. Here we go.
If you have a lot of money and you go broke, and I've been there through the struggle, and I personally feel that you have a legitimate reason to be broke, and I have a validation to believe that you will seek wealth again, then I'll hold you down. If you're broke when I meet you, you don't stand a chance. Because...
What's broke to you? What is define broke?
You make less than double what I make.
Less than double?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a shit ton.
Okay.
But you should be making double what I make. That being said, it's because I've held broke men down. I've been played by broke men. Okay. And personally, it doesn't pay off. So I won't do it again. And
before we even start, we got a wall to break down, y'all. We got a wall to break down because she's bitter from a previous relationship. Probably messed with a dude that had on the Jordans, had on all the nice clothes, had on jewelry. Found out he ain't got no money. All right. How many times do we see that? All right. Women just going for the prize because they feel like, oh, this man must have money. He has some decent shoes on. A lot of the time, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Most of the people I met with a lot of money, they just be looking like regular old people. Regular old people. They don't be looking all flashy and crazy and all of that. Looks like we got a little bitterness here. Looks like the next man gonna have to pay for the last man mistakes. How many times have we seen that? Let's keep going. Let's find out where this goes. We gotta go down the rabbit hole. Here we go.
And it is what it is. It's not hard to find someone who makes twice what I make. I personally attract people who make like a whole spectrum. That being said, if you are broke and I choose to deal with you, I will belittle you. It is what it is. And I reserve the right to do that. And also, if you want to cheat at your own risk, I'm apt to ghost you. And it is what it is because men who make more money than me, they treat me with that same power dynamic, right? Like, I know that...
So that's fair? You think that that's okay?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
But it's a way of life.
Women like...
Here's the thing. I am not opposed to women being hypergamous. I understand you want to be opportunistic and go try to find the biggest bag you can find and attach yourself to those resources. I understand that. That's a natural thing, I believe, for women. So I'm not against that necessarily. But to have gone and picked a bad decision and then now you're making anybody else that might want to talk to you not stand a chance because you made a previous bad decision, that's just crazy to me. And then the fact, it's the words that she used. To belittle someone because they don't make double what you make? Come on, bro. That junk crazy, man. Let's keep going.
Financial stability.
Yes.
Men don't care about that because a lot of times men are always the breadwinner.
You date down.
80% of the time, men are the breadwinners. Or they're at equal level at the same time. Men don't care about that. If a man meets a woman and she's struggling or she's going through something, if she has a good heart and we see the potential in her and she can...
If she has a good heart or if she has a fat ass.
No. If
she
woman...
has a fat ass or some fat titties. Or if she gives the pussy up quick. You guys love her.
That ain't shit.
Pay her bills.
That ain't
Go buy her
shit.
some Louis.
That ain't shit. Pussy is pussy.
And see, that's the thing. She's thinking the value is in having sex with a dude and getting a Louis Vuitton bag? That's such a big problem. Why do people assume that the women that are having sex with dudes and getting a Louis Vuitton bag for their sex are winning out here? Just because you've had sex with a rich dude because you look thick or whatever it may be, that don't mean that he trying to be married to you. And she's saying no. She basically said we date down because we don't date according to how much we make. That doesn't mean we make down. We are measured on different scales. The women measure us according to money. Men don't think according to money is how I'm gonna choose my spouse. Okay, we don't think like that. We judge based on different characteristics. You wouldn't judge if you want to recruit a football player, you wouldn't judge him on his ability to dunk, because we don't care about how much money you make if we're gonna be the breadwinner. Most of the time, men are the breadwinner. So if you don't bring in as much money, we don't care. We want a nurturer. We want somebody that looks great. And that doesn't necessarily mean having a big butt and big boobs. That ain't going to help you all the time. It certainly does help sometimes, especially if you just want to get sex and then get a Louis Vuitton bag. It helps. But if you want a long-term marriage, that ain't always what men are looking for. Women think that men are so shallow that that's all that we want. No, that'll get you sex. All right, but that don't necessarily get you that ring. You see plenty of those women that are doing that on Instagram and this and that don't have a ring, and they're miserable because they're getting flown out and it looks luxurious, but they ain't getting nothing from it at the end of the day. What, you getting a bag? Oh, congrats. Let's keep going.
What Drake say?
Y'all love broke hoes.
What Drake said?
Period. Y'all love broke hoes.
Pussy's only pussy, and I get it when I need it. It don't matter if you make it don't matter if you make 500,000. If
I was a broke hoe and I had just pussy everywhere, niggas would love me.
If you make 500,000, or if you make
definitely better. Probably had a broke boyfriend. All right, because she assumed that he had money based off what he looked like. Probably played her, probably used her up for her resources, then played her with a girl that he felt looked better. And that doesn't necessarily mean he was going to try to marry the girl. He probably was just having sex with the other girl. Just bitterness. And now the next man in the relationship, the next man who tries to decide to even try to talk to her, is going to have to pay for it.
$5. It don't matter. If a nigga care for you, he gonna care for you. It is what it is. He don't care about all the extra shit. Women,
and that's what's sad. There's less incentive for us to have our shit together.
Women care about this shit. Why? Because a lot of times a woman don't know what she want to do. She needs some type of direction in her life. She needs her bills paid. She needs make sure she has a roof over her head.
That's not why.
She looks for all that extra shit.
We don't want to accumulate your debt. We don't want to.
I didn't say accumulate debt.
I
didn't say accumulate debt. I never said bring on my.
We don't need you guys to tell us what to do. We don't.
Yes, you do.
No, we don't.
Because a lot of times a man that has money, he's going to tell you what to do. And you're going to listen. Because why? Because you're not making as much money as him.
No, never.
Facts. Thank you, sir, in the red sweatshirt. You on the right track. He helping me out here. I feel like I'm there talking to her. Okay? Yeah, calm all that down. All right? If you got a man and you trying to go for the man with the highest buck, you don't think he going to be telling you what to do? And this is a lot of the problem. How you gonna want somebody that's trying to provide a whole house and home for you and put you in a position where you don't gotta work, but you don't want to listen to him? You think that's gonna work out? Come on, man! I'm trying to tell y'all, folks gonna be alone out here with these ideologies. People gonna be sad and alone. A lot of cold nights.
No, never.
So okay. So if that's the case, why do you let a man cheat when he makes more money than you? You told me that earlier, that when a man makes $1 million, he can cheat.
I told you I would side chick myself to a rich nigga.
Why?
Well, because I don't love a nigga I'm going to side chick myself to, so there has to be some incentive, right? If I don't love you and your dick is mediocre, why else would I be here?
So you're only here for the money. So you're a gold digger.
If I'm a side bitch, yes.
So you're a gold digger. So you're a gold digger.
If you have a side bitch, I want you to be as cautious of her as you are of me saying this. Like, I hope you don't ever think that you have a side bitch who's just enamored with you. You don't. You don't.
So
she's there for an alternative resource.
So you would be a gold digger, is what you're saying?
I've never been a side bitch, so I can't say that I would.
Okay, so
but if the price is right, possibly, yeah.
That's just not true. There are plenty of women that are literally stuck in the spot that they are, being a side chick, because they believe in a promise that a man made to them that they're going to be with them. And it's just not true. Because just because they want to have sex with you don't mean that they want to be with you. I don't know how many times I got to say that for people to understand that. Just because a man is having sex with you does not mean that he's willing to marry you. There's a big difference in those things. Men don't even equate the two. Soon as women have sex with a man, they think that, oh, next is going to be, when are we planning the wedding? When the wedding going to be? That's soon as women have sex with a dude. That's not how men think. We don't think in those terms. So the fact that she's saying that if there's a side chick, you got a side chick, there's no way she's there for just you. She has to be there for an alternative resource. That's just not true. I've seen plenty of women be side chick to broke dudes. Dudes they know they broke. Dudes they be letting them borrow their car, driving and picking them up everywhere, taking their friends all kinds of places. And it's just because they like the dude just that much. And they believe them promises. Let's keep going.
How to start a business, about how to do whatever.
Oh, yeah, by the way, y'all, I edited this myself. So I took the video, which is a 40-minute video. I'll leave the link in the description. And I took, like, the parts where they were talking, the girl and the guy. So it is going to be a little bit choppy, like in this scene right here. It wasn't edited the best, and it's because I'm not a professional editor. All right? When we turn into the Rich Man Podcast, you know, maybe we'll get ourselves a professional editor. But for now, we got to thug it out. Let's keep going.
Sell dope if you got to. But you need to have some kind of money coming in.
If you make millions, right, and I'm making 100,000, okay, you're going to treat me like an option, right? Like, I have so much to prove to even get a ring, to even get a chance.
Sometimes.
A lot, unless my ass is fat and my titties are big, which they're not. I'm sweet and I'm nice and I'm petite. So...
Sweet and nice. Petite, yes. And she is pretty. Don't get me wrong. But sweet and nice. I'm telling you, this is the attitude a man won't want to deal with. Men are not trying to take on baggage. It's 2021. We got coronavirus. Everybody going crazy. People raiding the White House. And you think we want to take on your baggage because you chose the wrong guy earlier in your life and now you in a position where you ain't happy? Keep going.
I have a lot to prove. I have a lot to prove. That being said, I will treat a man who's broker than me the same way a man who's rich would treat me. I have the control. I will cut you off. You can't move around. And men don't like that. So I like men who make more money than I do. And it is what it is. I support my family. I support my household. I have a child who's 7 years old, happily living, whatever. I absolutely will not.
There it is, folks. She has a child that's 7 years old. 7 years old. So that means she's messed with a guy, probably was broke, got her pregnant, left her for another girl that he felt looked better. Maybe didn't even leave her. Maybe was just cheating around with a girl. He felt looked better. She got sick of it because he didn't have any money. He was broke, and she was taking care of everything and everybody. Which is understandable, by the way. That's understandable. But don't make the next man pay for your previous mistakes. And now you searching for a dude that make twice what you make, but you got a child that's 7 years old. So it ain't even like the child is young enough for me to hop in and raise the child and him to kind of grow up to be from thinking that I'm his dad. You know, maybe he's 13. I got to break the news to him that I'm not his dad. That type of deal. No, we're messing with a child that already knows you're not my dad. Right? So men know all kinds of problems that's going to come with that. All right, we don't want to deal with a child that we can't discipline because they just gonna throw the whole "you're not my dad" in my face and this and this and that. Ain't nobody want to deal. That's so much baggage and so much stuff. A person that's making double what you make. So a very busy man, that's too much baggage for him. Men don't like to put up with stuff like that. Men don't want to have a legacy and it be passed down to somebody else's child. Let's keep going.
Support somebody else. I don't even want you to make what I make because if you fall into a bad, hard situation, I have to support you. You have to make... Do you think that? I know that. You have to make double, if not triple, if not quadruple.
That's what you've been through.
I never will ever support another man as long as I live.
I feel like, and I'm actually step up.
And there are some.
Yeah.
But the majority of the Houston niggas are fucking finessers and broke niggas.
Me, personally... I don't require a woman to bring in a certain amount of income. That's just me personally, because
Men don't.
at the end of the day, I'm already going to have a roof over my head. I'm taking trips with my boys. We're doing XYZ. We're going to eat good. We're doing this and that. So anything that you would bring in would just be an addition to what I already have. And women look for a man to take them to the next level. Most women.
The real question is
facts. When women date, they looking to go to the next level for the most part. Women looking to go to the next level immediately. All right, and that's because of the pop culture and what these people trying to tell women to do. Women, be patient, especially if you young and you in your 20s. You're going to have to be patient with a man because he ain't going to have that much money at the time. Nobody has that much money in their 20s unless they struck it rich, unless they a basketball player or a rapper, and I say that all the time. But it's the truth for the most part. All right, so be patient in your 20s. You ain't going to get a quick come up off a man in your 20s if he's in his 20s, more than likely, statistically speaking, regardless of the shoes he got on and regardless of the jewelry around his neck and on his wrist. You looking for a quick come up, and more than likely ain't going to happen at that age. Now, men, we date just for support. We don't need a quick come up off a woman. Usually. There are some men that will use women that'll just try to get over for money. Now that happens. It's called hobosexual. All right, everybody knows somebody like that, just waiting, trying to mess with anybody during tax time so they can get a little refund. Probably doing it during the stimulus check, during the stimmy check. But for the most part, men just need support. We don't try to date to just come up on a bag. Let's keep going.
Why, as women, are we working so hard and grinding so hard when men don't care? We could slack off, we could be bums, and y'all would still wife us at the same rate that you wife us when we're grinding our asses off. Y'all don't care. The reason why
is why do y'all care so much?
No, we care for our own self-worth. We care for our own self-worth, and that's why I'm not carrying no broke-ass nigga, because I've worked too hard.
It ain't about
worked too hard.
So it's okay. So it's okay for a man to date a broke bitch, but it's not okay for a woman to date a broke nigga.
Personally, if you're dating a bitch who's broker than me, I think you're a joke. But that's your personal decision.
But love is love, right?
No.
So why does love...
I would never... I'm not...
And I can't say how many times I see this, where women confuse the fact that they have money or a PhD, Kevin Samuels, a PhD, where you start thinking that now you're obligated to have a man that's higher up. Really, for me, I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. What I think of when I see a woman that makes a lot of money is I see her dating pool going down. Because still, just because women make more money doesn't mean they're not hypergamous. So when a woman makes more money, they genuinely want a man, or they usually want a man that still makes more money. So now if you make $100,000 as a woman, your dating pool has shrunken because now you're dealing with men who make $100,000 and up is what you're trying to get because you're still hypergamous. But a lot of those men don't care about how much you make. And women assume just because I make a lot of money, I deserve a man that makes more than me. But that's not the case. So sometimes women put themselves in a bad position just chasing a career. And then when they get upper 30s, there's a crazy statistic. I forget the exact statistic, but it's an astounding number. I'm not going to just guess one, but it's a crazy number of how many women get up to almost partner in law firms, and then they just drop out because they begin to want a family. But they're used to men that they want men that make a certain type of money, but they don't understand that men that make that money usually don't care as much for attachment because they have the resources to buy whatever they need as far as sex and whatnot. And when I say buy, I don't necessarily mean prostitution, but when you have sex with a person and buy them a Louis bag, it's not exactly prostitution in the dictionary, but we get the point. So you're dealing with men that don't necessarily need your money. And so they don't care about how much you make. They're going to judge you based on how you can nurture, how fit you are, and your support, your overall support, your ability to support. And if you don't have that because you're so used to being dominant and being super masculine because you've been chasing this career, and which usually to move up them ladders, you got to be dominant and masculine and go hard. So you get used to that mode, and the men that you around don't want to deal with that in a relationship. Unfortunately, it just is how it is. I'm sorry. I got to tell you, I got to break the news. But let's keep going.
Love shouldn't have a monetary value
I'm
attached to it.
Well, it does.
It
For
does.
me, it does. And for you guys, it doesn't. Because you guys have societal power, you have monetary power, you have all these privileges that
It ain't
allow you to
societal
choose
power.
who you want.
It ain't
We
societal
can't
power.
choose who we want.
I don't want to use the word broke, but do you think to
Manifest everything and
You know,
be larger.
but you know what? I mean, just like you feel about bitches with kids, niggas who are broke, I can't talk to you no more. I'm sorry, my nigga, I can't.
Initially, when we're looking for a female, we're just looking for a female who's gonna, give us
Catches
love,
your
give us
eye.
support, some
Not
loyalty.
true.
You know what I'm
Not
saying? That's what we
true.
look for. We don't look for money.
So no,
We don't look for
you
money 'cause
don't.
we have that.
But
We
you look
taking
for
care of
other
ourselves.
stuff. You look for a pretty girl. You look for a girl with a big butt. You look for a girl with big
No.
boobs. You do.
That don't
You
mean
do.
shit because
Y'all do.
a lot of these women that have a big butt and that's pretty can't even hold a basic conversation.
Thank you. Intellect. Just because you pretty don't mean you have intellect. Women think just because you pretty and a dude have sex with you, that means marriage. Of course, like I didn't say it early in the video, it doesn't. And this man is just proving it. You need intellect. If you can't carry out a conversation, okay, if the elevator don't go up to the top floor, if I'm talking to a potato, I don't want to talk to you. How am I gonna live a life and be successful and push my business, myself to the next level and us to the next level if I can't even bounce ideas off of you at night? You know what I mean? Like I'm talking to a potato with makeup. Don't nobody want no potato with makeup on their face. Let's keep going.
Half of you men don't need that.
That is what it
You
is.
guys don't need that.
Yes, we do.
Some of you do. Some of you
We
don't.
have to deal with you day in and day out. So you don't think we pay attention to stuff like that?
I don't think you care enough to make that deciding
Yes,
factor.
we do.
You do. Just like every conversation we've had tonight, you care about what applies to you. You need to look at it from an objective perspective.
To a certain extent, a lot of men care if a woman can hold a basic conversation because you have a lot of women out here who fine as hell, nice bodies, and got it paid for by other men, and we're dating you, and you can't even hold simple shit. You don't know what credit is. You don't know how credit works. Like, it's just basic shit that a lot of women just don't understand because they've been taken care of their whole life. So a man doesn't want to be the rest of his life with a woman that doesn't know anything.
I think it's hard.
That's the end of the video, y'all. All right? And this man was spitting facts, and I'm happy he was there, and I'm happy he was the one that was having a conversation with her. Because a lot of men would have been standoffish. Okay? But this is a great display of how your decisions can make you bitter. All right? Stop choosing dudes based off of what they wearing and judge them based on their character. All right? Judge them based off of their ambition. Because a man that ain't got nothing at the time, if you can see certain things in him that show that he's looking to be better, he's looking to go up, especially in the 20s, because that's when a lot of that stuff matters, because it's about how good you can go get in your 20s. Now, if he in his 30s or 40s, then you can start judging on how established he is. If he in his 30s, he still live with his mom, and he in the basement, it's going to be a little tougher. All right, I understand your decision then. But if you're looking for dudes in their 20s, we not going to be financially stable yet. For the most part, till you get maybe to your later 20s. So women, judge character, not shoes. Till next time, y'all.